so very excited tonight. So very excited tonight. You people have no idea what I'm feeling right now as I look at these beautiful faces and this amazing group of ladies and young leaders that we have for you all tonight. You will be entertained. There will be a nice conversation that you do not want to miss. And I hope you stay with us the entire time from these young women and our future leaders. So before we start, as always, we want to first take a moment and have a moment of silence before we move forward. And today I want to do the moment of silence before we do all the introductions because there are more of us, okay? So if you can give us a few moments of silence for those we have lost during this pandemic and lives we have lost recently in all these mass shootings that we have been having, senseless mass shootings, and for the family of George Floyd, for the witnesses who you can see the trauma in them, you can feel the weight of everything that is saw on their shoulders, the guilt that they carry unnecessarily because it's good. So if we can have a moment of silence for all these people and for God to grace them and for God to protect them and to lift the guilt and the trauma from them and to have in our prayers. So just a short moment of silence. Okay, so I don't know what to say about these young ladies. I'll let them tell you because I have a special place inside of me for each and every one of them. But before I get there, my name is Fatmata, one of your co-hosts. I'm one of your admins, as you know, and I guess co-host now. We should start saying that, right, JoJo? We're hosting, sort of.
I'm doing something here. I don't know. I show up every Wednesday with different lipstick.
And today is nice. I like what's that, gray, purple? What is it?
A combo of blue and gray.
Look at you. Look at you. So introduce yourself, my dear.
Well, my name is JoJo Barron, and I'm also one of your co-admins. And as usual, if you come here every week, you know that my eyes are usually gazed down this way, and that's because I'm reading the room and answering questions and responding and interacting with you guys there. So thank you for joining us.
Yay. Okay, so we will have our usual conversation. This is just a conversation, but I want these young ladies to introduce themselves. They each hold a special place in my heart. And I will start with Anika because I'm going from my left down.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anika, as Fatmata just said, and I am a junior at Lake High School here in Montgomery County, and I'm also on student council. So, hello.
Future leaders, y'all. Ellie.
Hi, my name is Elior Torbe. I'm a freshman at Our Lady of Good Counsel here in Olney, Maryland.
Bilkisu.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bilkisu Bari, and I'm a sophomore at James Hubert Blake High School, and I'm really excited to be here.
Fatima.
Hey, everyone. My name is Fatima Job, and I'm a sophomore at Northwood High School.
So everyone, every single one of these young ladies is a future leader, American-born young woman who each of them has, as far as I'm concerned, very, very bright future. They're all very smart young ladies, and they each have their own minds and their own opinions. And today we want to get, we all are excited, right? That Kamala Harris has been elected as vice president. We all worked very hard. We had all these coalitions, right, JoJo? All the different coalitions of women.
So many. And we have a new crop of coalition members right here in front of us today. And I'm so excited for that, for sure.
And so we want to have this conversation so we can also get an idea of where they're coming from and how this has affected them. We as adults have over and over talked about what it means to us, right? But the people who will be leading us in the next 10, 15, 20 years are sitting in front of us today. And we want to know what it means to them to have this woman in office. So I will start again from my top. Anika, can you tell us what it means to you to have Vice President Kamala Harris, Vice President for these here United States of America?
Yes, of course. She's really an inspiration for all in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of others' opinion. And she started something that I really hope goes on for generations to come. Like, not only us having a vice president that is a woman, but also someday in the future having a president that is a woman. Like, that is inspirational, like really inspirational. So I feel like we've been on this journey together, like from the beginning when she was first a part of the candidacy and she was running with Biden. So I'm also happy that Biden chose her. So I would like to just say thank you, Biden, for first choosing her as your vice president, because that is inspirational for young women as myself and also older women. She broke boundaries and stereotypes that says that women can't be leaders or women can't be in office. So I just hope that this continues on, and I'm happy that we've done this here.
Beautiful. Ellie?
For me, having a woman of color, Kamala Harris, as our vice president, it's really inspirational to girls of color like me and many other girls that one day we could even be president, not only vice president, and do great things and become leaders and just take over, or not take over, but like be in charge of
Take
some
over.
things.
You said it right the first time.
Yeah, takeover is fine. JoJo will agree with you. Right? Okay, Bilky Sue.
For me personally, to see Kamala Harris, that type of representation, her becoming vice president really means a lot. You know, growing up, you didn't really see much of African American or Asian women on TV or in magazines or in office in general. And to see that she made history and not only prove to women my age, but to little girls that they can do it, it's really a lot. You know, she proves that no matter how much people doubt you or how much you get looked down on by others, if you have that type of determination and persistence and that type of drive, that you can really do it. And growing up as a woman during this time, especially with the pandemic, you know, the social and civil issues going on right now, having that type of role model is really motivating and inspiring. And I'm really thankful to have her as well.
Fatty?
For me, to see her in office, it puts things into perspective for me. Like, to see a woman of color who's able to lead us into a better future and to look up to and support in her journey, and to maybe one day she'll become president or help us and do stuff we like.
Because the fact that she's in office give you any ideas of what you want to do, or did you already have an idea of what you want to do? So I'll start with Ellie.
For me, I was always wanting to be a doctor, but now seeing her that she can do anything she wants, she could become vice president. It makes me and really want to think that I want to be helping people like she is. She's helping people as an inspiration to us all. So I want to be a therapist and help people.
Beautiful. What about you, Bilkisu?
Me personally, any job that I wanted to do, I was always wanted to help people. I've always had my mind set on doing something in the medical field, being a surgeon, and seeing her being an inspiration to others really motivates me to keep on doing what I want to do no matter what people say. So
what about you, Fatty?
Seeing her be able to put herself in that position and become vice president, it makes me want to think about things I want to do in the future, like if I want to become a doctor or any other job that's where you lead.
How about Anika?
I want to own my own business, so that kind of correlates with her because she's vice president, and with her being a leader and making sound decisions, that also has to do with when I run my own business. I would also have to make sound decisions, and if people are taking her seriously and we all are taking her seriously, then that also means I can be taken seriously, and I can't settle for less than what I'm supposed to be deemed to do. So it's, yeah.
Okay. JoJo, don't you love these young ladies?
It makes me want to go back to high school and start all over again. Maybe I should try a little harder because this law business is for the birds. But
don't you feel like you were a little bit behind when you
just a little. I mean, even at my age, I'm sitting here like, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Girls, you are far ahead of where a lot of people, in my generation, where we were at that age, we didn't have a lot of the struggles and have to worry about a lot of the things that you guys had to worry about. So, and we also didn't have the inspiration of seeing a Kamala Harris. So I'm glad I didn't have the struggles, but I wish I had had a Kamala Harris that was in our generation leading, in a leadership role way back then. Things might look a little different for a lot of us, but I'm glad you have it. Absolutely glad you guys have it.
Me too. So ladies, because I love opinions from women, from young women. So is there anything that you can think of that you'd want us or the people watching to know, or anything you think you have expectations of as far as having someone like hers?
I think that me personally, I put the expectations high just because, and just in general, because we are women. Women are not expected to do things that men are generally expected to do. So we already have to work harder. And I know that to get where she is today, she's worked really hard to not only as a woman that has immigrant descent, but just a woman in general. She's worked hard to get where she is. So you know that she's gonna make sound decisions in office that exemplifies that shows that she's worked hard. So I've already raised the bar extremely high for her, and I know that she's going to exceed to that. So
For me, my expectations are not only high for Kamala Harris, but for our generation and next generations to come. We have so many positive role models, especially women of color and female role models that could help us and guide us. And I just have high hope for our generation.
Nice.
I agree with what Anika and Ellie, I'm pretty sure, have already said. I don't really have to say much about it because, going off of what Anika said, women have already surpassed, like a lot of women, especially women of color, have already surpassed a lot of the expectations that people have had for them. So I'm pretty sure that she's going to do a great job.
My expectations for her, I'm pretty sure, or I'm hoping that whatever she's doing there to help us and people of color and women, because she was able to get herself to that position. So
wow. You guys just made me so happy today. You really did. You made me so happy this evening. So JoJo and I like to just, especially in something like this, shoot the breeze, because usually we have like this huge topic that we talk about. But tonight it was just going to be centered on you guys. JoJo, who's your inspiration?
I'm inspired in terms of women. I'm inspired definitely by my mom. My mom is, she's a very quiet person, but she is, and not a big personality, but she has been able to accomplish so much in her life, coming to or leaving Haiti, not knowing English, going to Canada. Obviously, she knew French, but went from Canada to America and made a life for herself. My dad, me, my brother, the four of us as a collective, my parents generally, worked their behinds off. So I'm not even going to talk about someone who's famous, someone that's world renowned. The woman who inspires me the most is the woman that raised me, and made me the person that I am. And I got to watch it and her as an example for myself for the last 30 something years, because that's how old I am. And it's been a great honor to see the grace that she's lived her life. She's embarrassed by my purple lipstick. But I mean, we're two polar opposites in regards to that. But otherwise, I try to make her proud whenever I can, except with my lipstick choices.
Personally, say that you make your mother proud.
I think so.
The rest of the people who've been watching know, and but for young ladies, I've known JoJo since law school, so over 20 years. So, and I know, oh, whatever. Get over it. You have a baby face anyway. Most people don't believe you when you tell them how old you are. So it don't matter, right?
That's true.
I know. And she has no shame in saying, yeah. So just so you. So this is what we do. We just have conversations. And I know your mom is proud. For all the years I've known you guys, and the love that you share with each other. For me, I mean, I've already posted, right? This month. Like you, my mother is who made me. She has always been the example of what a woman is. Mm-hmm. And I am who I am because of her womanhood is what made me a woman. I learned everything that I know how to be a woman from her, from watching her. It's not a sit down where this is what it means to be a woman. She just lived it, right? She lived it, and I watched it, and I learned from it, and I took a lot from it. We can be different, because I'm not as feminine, because my mother is very feminine. My mother is very, very feminine. But I'm not, right? And the closest I come to being feminine is when my nails, I used to do my nails more, my hair. So those things that I'm on lipstick, if I'm going out or I'm doing stuff like this, that's about where I am. But my mother is a very feminine person. I'm not really that feminine. So that's where we differ, but she's just as opinionated. She speaks her mind, and she has no fear. Hardworking, and has done things and progressed in this country, as as no one would expect sometimes, because we all know, I used to tell her story that she was one of those that got the amnesty during the Reagan era. It wasn't Reagan that did it. It was Congress, and he just signed it.
He gets the credit for it.
Yeah, but it was legislation that was done, and he signed it, and so at the end of the day, where she came from to today, and she has six of us, 6 kids, and we are all, thank God, doing well and healthy and fairly happy, and I'm grateful for that. So my mother is, for me, the highest level of a woman that I could think of, to say, this is the person I look at and I say, yeah, that's a woman, and that's how I want to be. And that's where I got what I got and how I got to be me. So if anyone else has anything else to add, you can, as far as that question is concerned, if you have someone that you want us to know about. If not, don't worry about it.
Me in particular, I would like to just say family in general is an inspiration, like aunties, mothers, all the women in my life. Because, as they say, it takes a whole village to raise a child. And when I was younger, I was kind of stubborn. I mean, I'm still young, but when I was younger, I was stubborn. So it take a lot of advice to really get to the person I am now. So I can't just say one person, because it took a little bit of everyone, especially my mom. She was there. My aunties, they were there. Uncles, dad, they were there as well. So it takes a whole village to raise a child. So I thank God for all of them.
I would say one of my greatest role models would definitely be my mom, because she is so kind and giving, and everywhere we go, she knows people, and I just want to be like her, and I look up to her so much, because people are always like, oh, you're Josephine's daughter, she's so sweet, you're going to be just like her when you grow up, you're going to be helping everyone, and that just makes me so proud.
Me personally, I feel like my role model is probably my mom, even though I probably get on her nerves every single day. She's probably tired of me. She probably can't wait till I go to college. Mm-hmm. But I think my mom is probably my biggest role model. She just has that grit and that drive that I really want. And she's been through a lot, and I love her a lot. And I really want to be like her when I grow up.
Anything for you, Fati? No? That's fine. You don't have to. Okay. So this has been so great. Oh my God. I am so happy that you guys were here. And I didn't want to take the beginning of the show to do like this long mushy introduction, but I'm going to add it towards the end because okay. So Anika is my, how do I say it? My brother from another mother. Her dad is my heart brother, my love brother, Daniel Karuma. So I've seen her grow into this beautiful and engaging young woman. She's always been kind of shy, but she's so smart and so beautiful inside and out. And so, she of course has a special place in my heart. Fatty, same, saw her grow up. She has gone, she's so tall now. I remember this little thing. Now she's so tall. Look at the skin, so beautiful, so shiny, and just, I don't like her right now because I want my afro back. And so is jealousy coming out of me right now because I just love the hair, right? I just love it.
You did have a great afro though.
I did not used to have the great afro in law school.
Yes.
A great
How
afro.
did we get the graduation cap on?
Oh, I twisted it. Remember? I ended up.
Yes.
I wanted my fro, but the cap wouldn't fit. So here we are.
Fatima, I've been spending the last few minutes wondering, how did Fatmata get her graduation cap over her over her afro? Looking at your hair, that's what I've been thinking this whole time. Like, how did Fatmata do it? Okay, you twisted it.
I twisted it.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
I twisted it. So Fatty is anyway, Auntie Sophie is the most special person in my heart. And Fatty's mom is just a beautiful, beautiful human being. And so that family is my second family here. That's my family. So that's where I get with Fatty, because she's just since she was little and now is growing up to be this beautiful, tall, lanky woman that, like me, she's a tomboy. So, I keep trying to be like, oh, let's do modeling. And she's like, oh, heck no, you crazy. So, but
I'm gonna start it. I actually started wanting to model now, so
you start.
I want to do it. I'm gonna try soon, but
yay! Fantastic. She has it all. She has the smile, the height. She has it all. Personality. So I can't wait. So we're gonna work on that.
And Fatima, don't let being a tomboy stop you, because I am also a tomboy, and look at the pound of makeup that's on my face right now. So anything is possible.
And I come to my Ellie. This is my Ellie, people. Her mother that she's talking about is, I call her my sister by choice, right? She is my BFF. And it's funny, right? Because my BFF from law school is Joanne. And then my BFF here is Josephine, JoJo.
Oh,
I mean, the luck.
And the other Joe is actually Josephine in the JoJo, in my whole JoJo. That's crazy. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? So God has me shining on me, and I'm just
sending Joe's your way.
Just sending Joe's my way, and it's the best thing God has done for me. People, you have no idea how blessed I am to have these women in my life, and to have my Ellie in my life. Oh my God, the love that I get from this young woman, and the joy I get when I see her is just, she's my special angel. And I'm so glad that I got to have this show with you young ladies tonight. But my Bill. So Bill Kisu is actually my cousin. My uncle, some of you may have seen me post about my uncle. He is
Which one?
Sulaiman. Uncle Sulaiman. I've posted when he does his Quranic recitation. Yeah. So him, he's my dad's baby brother. He's the last of all of them. There were 9 of them, and he's the last. And this is his daughter. And I have been close to her since I've been here. I've not been as good of a sister lately because of this pandemic. We haven't seen each other and I miss her so much. I just want to hug her all day long after this thing is over. But so I call her my little Billy Bill when she was little. She's no longer. So I have to stop calling her that because she's becoming a grown woman. And
or at
so
least not in public.
Not in public. Right, Bill? So, and her mom was, she used to be my partner in crime. So life got busy, but goodness gracious, I was at that house all the time. I'd drag her with me to go out, go dancing. Everyone knows I love to dance because you all have seen my videos. So these set of young women are my heart, and the love I have for these women is just amazing and immeasurable, and I can never tell them enough how much. And so I want to thank them for taking their time out of their busy schedule, because they all have a lot to do. It's not like our days where we used to come out of high school. They have a whole bunch of other stuff that they do. And to make this time to come to Auntie Fatmata's live, so happy, feel so loved that you took the time. And I've learned so much listening to you, and I feel so proud, and I feel so hopeful for our future, because you show me what to look forward to, and that things are going to be better, and that this is just the beginning. As you say, this is just the beginning, and it's going to get even better, and we will all work together to make it a better future. Right, JoJo?
Absolutely. Seeing you ladies gives me a lot of hope, because you always wonder what's coming around the corner. We don't know what's coming up because we don't often talk to the another generation. The generations don't have enough discussions amongst each other, and when we get old enough, we end up sometimes fighting too much. Millennial versus Generation Z versus Generation X, sitting back and watching all these boomers argue with all these memes, but there's some realness to those memes, and I want us to find a way to talk more, to engage more, and to have more discussions like we had today, so we can get an understanding for what's in your guys' head, what expectations you have of us, and we can see maybe how we can be of service to you to help guide and lead, so that you can take the baton and take it far sooner than or sooner rather than later.
Okay. So, ladies, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. And we will definitely reach back out to you, because these kind of things are just the start of conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to come back on Auntie Fatmata's live? Yes, nodding heads.
Yes.
Yay.
Everybody say yes. Because we'll be harassing your parents to have y'all come back again. So, we'll be seeing y'all again soon.
Okay. All right, ladies, if you have nothing else that you want us to know or hear from you, we're going to say good night.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Good night. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Oh, JoJo.
That was fun.
Wasn't that great, people?
We
Didn't
have to
you?
do that more often.
Yes. Yes, we need to do that more often. We need to have more young women coming in. So
We need to have dialogue between the generations more often. That's
yes,
the main thing. That I think that's one of the most important things we have to consider when doing discussions like this. You know, what is it they want from us? What is it it's going on in their heads? What's important to them? And sometimes we'll be surprised at what those answers are. So, you know, the more discussions we have, and you keep saying every week, every topic we have, this is just the beginning. And that's exactly right. Every time we have a discussion about something, it is just the beginning. It is only the first time. It's not going to be the last time. As long as we have these lives, this particular discussion will happen again, and it will happen on a regular basis, because it's a discussion that has to happen on a regular basis, or else we can't survive as a diaspora.
no. Wasn't it great? Now, I want people to understand this conversation we just had with these young ladies. It was besides the topic that we first had, which was that what it feels like to have Kamala Harris, because we all knew what the topic was going to be. Everything else was impromptu, right, JoJo?
Mm-hmm.
These women, these young women spoke from their heart. They spoke right off the cuff, and that was really coming from them at that moment. Mm-hmm. So that's something. It wasn't a situation where they had this whole stuff written out and you had all these questions and answers going back and forth that they had to prepare for, right, JoJo?
Nope, I wasn't even prepared. I'm just kidding. I kind of knew what the questions were.
But they, you know, and
they did not. They absolutely did not.
And that is just amazing, right? So it tells you what we have to look forward to. It tells you the future generation is going to be like, what they're going to be like, and who they're going to be. So I feel safer.
Mm-hmm.
JoJo?
Yeah. If those girls are our future, I think we're in good hands. I think the future is in good hands. We just need to make sure that we give them the tools that they need to, you know, be able to lead when their time comes. We don't just, you know, have an expectation that they'll know what to do. I think we need to make sure that we teach them a little bit better than prior generations have taught us. There's always been this expectation that we'll learn through osmosis or through observation. But I think we have to learn from the example of the past, that we have to take a hands-on approach to teaching leadership. And one of the young ladies wants to be an entrepreneur. We have to have a hands-on approach to entrepreneurship, to leadership, and all of those things, and not just assume because they're watching us that they're going to know what skills they need to be successful in those arenas. And, you know, just I'm going off on a tangent. If we have an opportunity to mentor someone in an area that we have an expertise in, if we're a dentist and we hear that our friend's daughter or son wants to be a dentist, it's incumbent upon us to take that child by the hand, bring them to the office and say, this is what being a dentist looks like. This is what being an attorney looks like. This is what being an architect looks like. And not assume that because we are a friend or a relative of that child, that they're automatically going to know what that looks like. We have to take, you know, some proactive measures. So when our kids are ready to take the helm of these industries and leadership positions, that they're not just swinging in the wind, hoping that, you know, they'll learn some other way, because that's not how the people do it. We're the only set of people that seem to think that, well, they'll figure it out in school. Nope. We need to kill that. And leadership, you know, these girls are great examples of what we have coming, but we have to take them by the hand and show them and give them hands-on skills to say, this is what it looks like, this is how we maneuver, and this is what we do.
So cultivate.
We need to cultivate that in them. We can't just assume it's going to happen. No other community does it except us, it seems, quite frankly. From the outside looking in, it seems that other communities do a very good job of actually rearing and cultivating certain ideas and just beliefs and skills in their next generation. So when it's time for them to take over whatever, fill in the blank situation, they jump in. They seem to know the ins and outs some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Our kids need to be ready in the same manner, ready to roll. And we need to really take on the belief that it doesn't matter what their grades are. They're Black. They're our friend's friend. Fatmata's kid, my kid, can go to any one of our friends and just get a job just on the strength of that's Joanne Foster's kid. JoJo Barron's kid is going to get a job because, she knows or he knows that person. Her mom or dad knows that person, period. Every other community does it. We need to be ready to do the same thing and engage our next generation the same way.
Nice, nice. And that's what we have to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them engaged. And so Black Diaspora Voices, you all get ready. We need to engage our young people. We need to keep them in the forefront.
Yep.
And be the right role model for them. So let's be cognizant of what we do, how we do what we do, what we say, and how we say what we say, and how we treat other people, right? And what expectations we have of ourselves and of them. Okay, because we know that the more expectations they have of you, the better you do.
Yeah.
We know that historically, our children don't get the same expectations in school as other groups, as their counterparts. There's less expectation of them succeeding. And so they don't guide them in that direction for success as they do their counterparts. Yeah. So therefore, it's incumbent upon us to do that for them. And at the end of the day, we're also doing it for ourselves and our future, right? Because they're going to be our leaders. We are not going to be here forever, right?
Yeah. And to your point, do you remember in law school, the issue that we had with career services, that they guided Black students in the direction of lower paying legal jobs, such as legal aid, the public defender's office, and the state attorney's office, while white students seem to be groomed to do and given direction on how to succeed and what they need to do to position themselves for these better paying jobs and summer internships. And that seemed to be a regular theme in our law school at our level. And it's on the lower end, but it's a top tier school doing that. And you would assume because we're at the school, we too would be top tier law students, but we weren't even seen in that way at a top tier school or at a school that's in the top tier. We're on the bottom end of that. So, but there's 50 schools there. We're there. It's all that matters.
We're like 48 or whatever.
Right. And we'll stay there. And that's fine. The bottom line is, even in a top tier school, the Black students were not seen as quality or top tier, worthy of being guided and given the same direction as the white students at that school. So it doesn't matter if it's kindergarten or if it's law school, our people are not given high expectations. There are not high expectations for us. And we have to have it for ourselves. And we have to make sure that we are taking the hands of our students and of our kids and making sure we're giving them the guidance, because when they go into these institutions, that guidance is not going to be there for them. And also, if we are working in those institutions, we shouldn't be ashamed to give special care and love and attention to the students that look like us. Fatmata and I got that. The Black students at our law school did get that from many of the Black administrators and professors at the school. So for that, I'm grateful. But as an institution as a whole, I don't know if we got the support, on a whole, if it wasn't for those individuals who look like us, holding us up and caring for us and really nurturing us.
There were only a handful of them.
There's only a handful, and they had to handle 100 kids, and they did it.
And they were there for all of us.
They were there for every one of us, and I love them for that. And I'll be eternally grateful to them for that. But we also served as, support to each other as well. It was a community, as Anika did mention. It takes a village. We were a village, and we were a strong knit village, and I'm grateful for that. But the reality is, if it wasn't for that strong support system, we as Black students would have failed. We would have.
Yeah, you remember my issue with the was it contracts professor?
I remember him.
Right, sitting in front of the classroom.
This was you.
Oh.
Me.
And
he would look around.
Always look
around. Is there
around.
someone other than the Black girl that I could talk to?
And he would try to move forward. I'm like, excuse me, professor. Excuse me. And you see him literally, his shoulders go like,
yeah.
Yes, Miss Berry. And he would turn.
Yeah.
This was law school.
Yeah.
This was law school. This was in
where we're supposed to be trained to be legal advocates. And we have to fight like hell to advocate for ourselves. I mean, it's ironically probably some of the best training a lot of Black students get before going out into the real world is having to deal with these racist ass professors,
So it's almost as if, thank you.
Yeah.
Because it showed me and taught me to speak up for myself, because I knew you were just going to move forward and continue with teaching without answering my questions.
Absolutely.
This class out of the wazoo and
shamelessly,
and you want to just over me and just sort of move on. If not for me saying, excuse me, professor, before you go to the next topic, I still have a question.
Right.
I still have a question. So any young person who's watching, any student who's watching, you're paying your fees. That is your class. And you're there to learn. Make them teach you.
Absolutely.
Make them answer your questions.
And in 2021, if they are acting up, you turn your phone on and you record their disrespect.
You didn't have that back then.
We sure didn't. We didn't have I wish we had it so that we can record them shaking keys on the desk when a Black person talked, or shuffle their feet under the desk. This was happening in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's 1999 to 2001, between those years. But it's okay. Yeah. For me, I think, you grow up in a household where you're taught to have strength, but that environment drills it even more into you.
It does. It codifies certain beliefs that of strength. It cements certain things that beliefs that you have about the world, but also what you need to do to move forward in the skin that you're in confidently. I mean, experiences like that force it. You have no choice.
Sure don't. So we are ending on a super positive note that the obstacles and challenges you can turn into what, JoJo?
I don't know.
Strength.
Oh yeah, strength. Okay.
You can turn into something positive.
Yes.
You can make it work for you. So those challenges you're having, those obstacles and things that are out of your control, take them and make it work for you, because you can. You cannot control somebody else's behavior or somebody else's action.
Nope.
But you sure can control yours.
Yep.
And use the skills that you have, because you have them. You have them to turn the table. And don't let anyone bully you. Not a professor, not a teacher, not a boss. No one can bully you. Life is short. For all you know, you can step out the door and get hit by a car. And you just let somebody walk all over you. Who should not? Nobody's better than you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not because of money, not because of job title. And you're not better than anyone because of money or job title as well.
Exactly.
It goes both ways, you know, it goes hand in hand. That janitor who's, you know, doing X, Y, and Z, or the maid, or, you know, the person stocking shelves, we now know how important they are, especially in this time of quarantine. All those quote unquote essential workers are not just, we could take the quotes away now. They are in fact essential to our lives. And we know that because they're
Yeah.
the ones still out there when we've been in the ones inside
Yeah.
our homes quarantining.
Yes, people used to ask, you know, when I still, especially when I worked in buildings and the people are there, why do you talk to them so much? I'm sorry, are they not human beings?
Right.
I mean, it's almost as if because of the job you happen to have, your humanity goes down.
It's diminished, right? When in fact you see them, there's nothing wrong in saying good morning, good afternoon, how
Good
you doing?
morning. Nothing wrong with saying, you know, having a conversation, you know, somebody's saying, you know, how's your day going, Miss Barry? Oh, it's doing well. How about you?
Absolutely. And listen to what the answer is, because they may say something very, very important, very interesting, and engage and it makes people, I mean, it feels good to make people feel good, does it not? I
It
mean,
feels very good to make people feel good. And a person's job title is not the determination or the determinant of their level of intelligence.
absolutely not.
The knowledge,
Absolutely not.
their job title, again,
It's
does
just
not go to their level of intelligence or their knowledge base.
Donald Trump was president of these United States of America.
There you
That's
go.
all I got to say on that.
That's it. So, people, this is where we are, and I'm so happy tonight. But last week, we ended with me having Joe. Remember, I told you about a sit-in I did in undergrad.
Yes.
So, people, I went to
oh God. Go ahead. Which school did you go to?
I graduated from the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, Rattler, all the way.
Oh, I didn't know.
HBCU proud.
Are you?
Anyway, so that's where I went. So happy. That's where I graduated. So happy. And in the psych department, probably the most Afrocentric department on campus. But I digress. So we had a sit-in back in, I think it was 95.
Oh God. That's a long time ago.
Hush up. I think that was in 95. Something like that. So anywho, we had a sit-in. It was this big brouhaha. And, you know, news cameras come up and they come and we're sitting there hooking arms, you know, heck no, but it wasn't heck. No, we won't go. Heck no, we won't go. All that stuff, right? So
can I say it?
No, we're hooking arms. We're hooking arms, and the camera comes. What does Fatmata do? Because Fatmata's father is Abdul Bari, and Abdul Bari said he sends his children to school to learn. So you should only focus on your education, or like I like to say, edumacation. So, hooking arms, camera comes by, and what do? I put my head down, right? Because, you know, the news goes everywhere. You know, my parents are living in West Palm. I grew up in West Palm Beach. So Florida A&M is FAMU is in Tallahassee. It's not that big of a difference, right? Local news will probably get there, I thought to myself. So I did my thing, and it comes back around and I did back again. Sit-ins finish, our protesting, the week, you know, all that. Do you know, after how many years was that again to today?
I don't know math. I'm an attorney, not a
I went to law school because I can't do math. So
That's right.
So come to find out. So all this time I thought I've hidden something from my parents, from my dad, especially. And what did I find out 2 weeks ago from my little sister, who's not there anymore because she's a grown woman. She's a PhD psych person, but I still call her little sister.
Doc Rabs.
Doc Rabs. What did I hear? What did I learn from her that I did not know?
Oops.
My parents have known this whole time. And apparently, she tells me they were watching the news, and all of a sudden, they pull up group of students doing sit-ins, and the camera comes, and my dad goes, "Hey, isn't that Fatmata?" And Robbie says, she goes, "No, what do you know? That's not her. I don't think so. I didn't see anything." And my mom is trying to pretend like she didn't know either. So Robbie's like, I thought it was over because the camera went away. She said, and then they pan back out, and there you are again. And Daddy goes, "That is what is she doing there?"
So what did you do? What happened when you went home?
Nothing. Apparently, he was about to have a conniption, and my mom, according to Robbie, my mom talked him down.
Okay.
Otherwise, he would have put a gun in his car, and back then it would have been an 8-hour drive.
Oh Lord.
Beach to Tallahassee, because it's 55 miles per hour
Mm-hmm.
back then. So, arrive alive, drive 55.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your daddy wouldn't have been driving no 55 though to beat your.
Nope. Whatever 55. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what happened that I was going to tell you all last week. Make a long story short, even if it wasn't short.
To date, go ahead. You about to
talk about it. I just found out, and I haven't had a chance yet to remind you. Be like, "Daddy, you knew this, and you didn't tell me anything." Like I thought for a change, I'd pulled one over on my father.
Okay, so we need to put a pin in this story. The next time you talk to Daddy, you need to ask him, "So, I hear that you knew about this the whole time," and then you need to come back and tell us. So this has to be a to be continued. No, you gotta tell us. You gotta tell us. You don't live with him anymore. He can't beat you.
I know, right? He never did, he punished. Like he'll make you like stand in the corner, make you do the pump. For Sierra Leoneans or Africans who know, pump, you did it, and you.
He can't do that, Fatmata. He can't do that to you anymore.
Or
you're a grown woman.
For Americans,
he can't do that to you.
Yeah, well. From afar.
He'll do that to you via Zoom. Fatmata to the corner.
Go. Oh my God. But that was my thing. And JoJo, do you want to end our usual way, or do we want to end on this laughter and this silly story?
Let's end on this laughter because this was on a joyful, happy, funny note.
Good job.
We'll do our question of the week next time.
Yes, we will. And we're still working on that cooking thing. So
yeah, we got to figure that out.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, thank you for joining us. And I just told you all my little secret. That's not really a little secret.
Not anymore. It's not.
Apparently it never was.
Oh, girl. Daddy knew the whole time.
The whole entire time. So just so you all have an idea, my curfew at 17 was 7 p.m.
Oh,
at 16, sorry, was 7.
You got to be kidding me.
No, so just so you understand. So that's another story.
Daddy didn't play.
No, he didn't. So
Yes.
And mind you, when I went to FAM, I was already like in almost mid-20s, and I was still hiding my head. I was like 24, 25.
Mm-mm.
When I went,
living in your own place, paying your own bills.
Child, and I'm still going, I want Daddy to see me. They got us trained like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
People, they got us trained.
Which is fine, but we need to make sure our kids can come to us for all things instead of going out there. Yeah,
definitely.
Has to have that balance.
And thank God there was, because he was the first person that came and asked, Daddy, what does it mean to love somebody? But that's a different, that's another story.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, people. We are so, so grateful that you allowed us in your life for the last hour, in your living room, bedroom, kitchen table, wherever it is you are that you're watching us and listening
Wherever
to.
your laptop is.
Like JoJo likes to say, wherever your laptop is. Thank you for letting us in. And we really appreciate you. And we'll see you again next week, next Wednesday, with another very interesting conversation and topic. And again, if you think of anything,
it's gonna be a good one too.
Ooh.
Look out for the flyer. Ooh, I can't wait for y'all to see this one. I'm excited.
We have a special guest.
Yes.
Oh, we can tell them.
Okay, go ahead. No. We'll surprise them tomorrow. And I got flyers set up. I got memes. They're ready to roll.
Get ready to go.
We'll start posting tomorrow and throughout, all the way through next Wednesday.
Okay, we're gonna have a special conversation, and you all gonna love it. So be ready, because the woman who's gonna be here, and just so you know, women's history is 365 days.
Right, just like Black history, 365 days. Black women's history, 365 days.
It ain't any just because it's the last day.
Right.
Okay. Because I still have women in my life that I still got to recognize. Yeah. And 30 days ain't enough, or 31 days ain't enough for me to recognize some people. Okay. So thank you.
Not enough days.
Have a good night and God bless.
Good night, everyone.